I first fell in love with birds when I was in college during my senior year. I have always struggled with anxiety, but it was particularly intense at that time in my life because someone who I loved very, very much was suicidal. I tried yoga and therapy and meditation, but nothing really seemed to help. Nothing seemed to make me feel any better. But on a whim, I had enrolled in a class on bird watching that semester, just thinking it would be an easy A, which would be good for my senior spring. And it changed my life forever. Of course, spring in Wisconsin isn't exactly warm, and on a field trip with my classmates on a snowy day, we caught sight of this beautiful barred owl. And it was absolutely majestic, and I distinctly remember standing there in the snow, looking at this owl, making eye contact, and the world faded. It was just me and this owl. And I felt safe and light and happy, much happier than I had in a long time. And ever since then, bird watching has become my go-to activity to reduce stress and anxiety. I am soothed by birdsong, truly, and I am not alone. Research has shown time and time again that bird watching reduces anxiety and lessens feelings of depression, bolstering our mental well-being. We really do need birds. Our day-to-day encounters with them bring us joy and make us happy. Today, I'm an ornithologist and I study the ecology and conservation of birds. And while I could provide countless ecological reasons why they deserve our protection, I really just think they're special. They have this intrinsic and immeasurable value. They connect us, they ground us, and maybe they even save us. They're also just super cool. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors, and they have crazy adaptations. For example, they have the most efficient respiratory system of any vertebrate, enabling them to take flight. But this is a double-edged sword. Because they have this sensitivity to the air, they're actually much more vulnerable to air pollution than we are. And despite this, we actually don't know that much about how air pollution is influencing the health and behavior of wild birds. We just don't. And we especially don't have information on how air pollution is related to population demographics or occurrence dynamics, which is the information that I need as an ecologist to design effective long-term monitoring programs and conservation strategies. But I actually think I have a solution. I believe that the data and tools that we need to address these critical knowledge gaps actually already exist. It's just that disciplinary divides within the earth sciences are limiting opportunities for collaboration and investigation. So what do? Well, atmospheric scientists have this amazing set of tools to estimate air pollution exposure for public health applications, including ground-based instruments, satellite instruments, chemical transport models, you name it. And ecologists, well, we have our own amazing tools for studying and monitoring bird populations, including radio and GPS transmitters, bioacoustics recorders, and even citizen science mobile applications. So we have all these great tools and resources and data. So what could we learn by integrating our knowledge and expertise across fields? Why aren't we working together on this? Well, we don't really know each other, do we? We work in different departments and agencies, and we rarely have opportunities to network with those so far outside our field of expertise. I don't think that many ecologists are sitting down to read the Bulletin of the American Meteorological Society with their morning cup of coffee, and I don't think that many atmospheric scientists are reading ornithological applications. So if we don't know who each other is, then we don't know who to work with. And then we might try to do this all on our own. And we would very quickly realize that the tools that atmospheric scientists and ecologists use to ask and answer questions are very different. We code in different languages, and we store our data in different file types, and we publish in different journals, and we ask and answer questions at different spatial and temporal scales. So how do we fix this? What do? Well, we have to work together, obviously. I believe that thoughtful, intentional collaboration between ecologists and atmospheric scientists can and will rapidly advance knowledge of air pollution impacts on birds and other wildlife. This idea has motivated me since the very beginning of my academic career when I published a review on impacts of air pollution on birds under the guidance of an atmospheric chemist. And this is really the hill that I will die on. I am eager to learn from you, and I am willing to work with anyone and everyone who shares my vision. Because we really do need birds, and right now, they need us. Birds are on the decline globally. We've lost 3 billion in the US since like 1970. And they're under threat from all sorts of causes, but air pollution might be one of them, and we need to quantify this and figure it out. Air pollution in the US has largely improved over the last several decades, but we have a long way to go to make our air quality safe for communities everywhere, and our communities include birds. So come join me. Let's work together on this, and let's fuse our data and resources and tools across these disciplines and finally figure this out. Thank you.